Daddy.
Zara Adeyemi had always believed that kindness was currency. Not the kind you folded into a leather wallet or transferred through a banking app, but the kind you invested in people and trusted would return to you in loyalty. That was her first mistake. She met Tomi Akinwale in their first year at the University of Lagos. Zara had arrived in a sleek black Range Rover driven by her father's chauffeur. Tomi had arrived with a nylon bag, sweating under the Lagos sun, clutching a scholarship letter like it might disappear if she blinked too hard. Zara noticed her because Tomi's slippers were slightly torn at the side. No one else noticed. Or maybe they noticed and chose not to look. Zara had walked up to her with a bright smile, offering bottled water and asking if she needed help finding the hostel. Tomi had looked at her like people looked at miracles, disbelief wrapped in gratitude. From that day forward, they were inseparable. Zara paid for Tomi's textbooks when her scholarship stipend delayed. She bought her clothes accidentally whenever they shopped. She invited her home during holidays so she wouldn't have to return to her cramped one-room apartment in Mushin. And Chief Adetokunbo Adeyemi welcomed Tomi like a second daughter. He was a tall, imposing man in his late 50s, silver creeping into his beard, his presence filling every room. Oil magnate. Board member. Philanthropist. Widower. Zara adored him. He adored her more. He would often pat Tomi's shoulder and say, "Zara has good taste in friends." Tomi would smile. But sometimes, when Zara wasn't looking, Tomi's eyes would travel slowly across the marble floors of the mansion, the chandelier dripping crystals, the spiral staircase polished to perfection. And something in her gaze would harden. It started small. Jealousy rarely announces itself loudly. It whispers. Like the night Tomi stood in Zara's walk-in closet, running her fingers over imported designer dresses. "Must be nice," she murmured. Zara laughed lightly. "You can wear anything you like." Tomi smiled. But she didn't want to wear Zara's clothes. She wanted them to be hers. She wanted the house to be hers. She wanted the life to be hers. And the more Zara gave, the more Tomi began to resent her for having anything to give at all. By their final year, Zara was running a skincare brand funded by her father. Tomi worked part-time at a cafe to support herself. Zara insisted on investing in a small business for her, a boutique. "You're talented," Zara said softly. "You just need opportunity." Opportunity. The word tasted bitter in Tomi's mouth. Opportunity implied Zara was above her. That Zara was the giver. That she was the receiver. And Tomi was tired of receiving. One evening, during a dinner at the Adeyemi mansion, something shifted. Chief Adetokunbo poured Tomi a glass of wine himself. He listened intently as she spoke about her struggles growing up without stable electricity. He nodded slowly, eyes soft with admiration. "You are resilient," he told her. "I respect that." Zara smiled proudly. Tomi lowered her eyes modestly. But something ignited behind them. For the first time, she noticed the way the chief's gaze lingered just a second too long. Not inappropriate. Just curious. Curiosity is a dangerous door. Tomi started staying back after Zara went upstairs. Small conversations. Shared laughter. Sympathy. She told him stories, carefully edited stories. About feeling invisible beside Zara. "She doesn't mean to," Tomi would say softly. "But sometimes I feel like charity." Chief Adetokunbo frowned. "Zara. Charity. Impossible." But doubt, once planted, grows roots. Zara never saw it coming. She was too busy being kind. Too busy assuming loyalty. Too busy believing that gratitude guaranteed faithfulness. The first sign came at a charity gala 6 months after graduation. Zara entered the hall in a breathtaking silver gown, cameras flashing. Tomi arrived shortly after, on Chief Adetokonbo's arm. Wearing emerald green silk. Diamonds at her ears. Confidence in her step. The hall fell silent. Zara's smile faltered. "Daddy," she whispered. Chief Adetokonbo cleared his throat.
"Daddy? Zara."
Tomi and I have grown close. I intended to tell you privately.
As if betrayal was a scheduling conflict. Tomi met Zara's eyes. There was no gratitude there anymore. Only triumph. "You always said I deserved opportunity," Tomi said softly. The words felt like a slap. Weeks later, it became official. Chief Adetokonbo Adeyemi married Tomi Akinwale in a quiet but powerful ceremony. Zara did not attend. The headlines screamed. Business tycoon weds daughter's best friend. Lagos feasted on the scandal. At first, Zara thought it was a nightmare. Then she thought it was a mistake. Then she realized it was deliberate. Tomi didn't just want wealth. She wanted position. She wanted to stand where Zara stood. She wanted to erase the invisible line that separated giver and receiver. But marriage didn't bring her peace. It brought paranoia. Every staff member still respected Zara more. Every board member still saw Zara as heir. Every time Chief Adetokonbo smiled at his daughter, Tomi felt threatened. Because deep down, she knew something Zara didn't. She had married for access. Not love. And access expires. The breaking point came one night when Tomi overheard Chief Adetokonbo speaking to his lawyer. "All assets remain in Zara's name," he said firmly. "Marriage does not change succession." Tomi's word tilted. She had secured the ring. But not the empire. And for the first time since her wedding, fear replaced ambition. She confronted him. He stood firm. "I care for you," he said. "But my daughter built this with me." Built. The word burned. Zara had never even asked for it. And yet she still owned it. That was the cruelty of privilege. You don't even fight for it. It simply stays with you. Tomi realized then that she had climbed the ladder, only to discover it leaned against the wrong wall. Meanwhile, Zara did something unexpected. She did not rage publicly. She did not beg her father. She did not fight Tomi. She moved out quietly. Expanded her skincare brand independently. Built partnerships without her father's money. Within 2 years, she was featured in Forbes Africa Under 30. Self-made, the article called her. Self-made. This time, it was true. The final humiliation came during a board event where Zara was invited as keynote speaker. Tomi attended as the chairman's wife. But when Zara stepped onto the stage, poised, radiant, respected, the applause was not polite. It was thunderous. And Tomi understood something devastating. She had stolen the house. But she could never steal the identity. She had taken the title. But she could never take the respect. And the cruelest realization of all? Zara would have shared everything with her. Freely. Without scheming. Without seduction. Without betrayal. Now, Tomi had everything she thought she wanted. The mansion. The cars. The surname. But she had lost the only person who ever loved her without calculation. And Zara. Zara didn't lose anything. Because what Tomi envied was never the house. It was the heart. And that was something money could never marry. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment and share. Also follow for more interesting stories.